presentation part of the webinar. We'll now go on to Q&A, and we've got a big backlog of questions here, so we'll get to those in just a moment. Just in terms of, for anybody who needs to ring off the line, please call in and talk to our representatives about getting a mock-up, which is a mock-up I didn't talk about, but a mock-up is just, they'll actually prepare for you, again, free of charge for you. They'll prepare some sample marketing material that'll show you what your online backup brochures could look like. So we saw some rebranded product sheets before. They'll actually prepare that for you, and there may be some people on the line who've got experience with that, but generally the feedback we get is it's a phenomenal tool to help you go out and scope your market. So you can talk to our team. They'll get you that marketing material within a few days. You can give it to all of your customers to see what kind of response you get. And if nothing else, hey, you get a free brochure developed. Second thing you call in for is an ROI model. So working with our team to get an analysis of your business and just to scope really what that opportunity is. Is this a good fit for you? What kind of revenue could you drive off your number of customers and your type of customers? And then the third thing you call in for is the Kindle. So to go into the raffles for the Kindle device, you need to call into the sales line, which is 877-896-3611, and just say you are on today's webinar and you would like to go into the draw for the Kindle, and you'll have to give a promotion code to be in the running. The promotion code for the Kindle is 0722K, 0722 kilo. So again, you can call in and quote that promotion code and say you're on the webinar today, and you'll be in the draw for the Kindle, which will be announced on Monday. All right, so we'll turn now to the questions we've already got, and I encourage anybody who's got questions to type some questions. We've still got some time here on the line. Okay. So Daniel Brown asks, your solution handles SQL and Exchange backups without additional software. So Daniel, we've got a couple of approaches available to partners with SQL and Exchange. What we've found over the last few years working with partners is that because of the variety of deployment configurations out there with SQL, but more particularly Exchange, we've actually got a few solutions in our toolkit for partners. So we can provide you with either our Exchange backup technology, but we've also got technology partnerships in place with Microsoft, Acronis, some other backup technology companies, so that if SOS's Exchange backup technology isn't a perfect fit for your customers, then we SOS can leverage those existing technology relationships at usually no cost to you, the partner. So we can usually bring all that technology to bear as part of the solution we build for you, the partner. What will happen is it's what's called our Blue Sky Complex Environment Support Program. And we've actually got solutions for a very wide array of technology. So we can handle Oracle and Linux and Mac and all sorts of solutions that can get a little complicated on deployment. And what Blue Sky then does is actually works with you, the partner, to usually do those deployments for you. So when we were talking earlier about that partner who sells a fully managed disaster recovery solution, including a disaster recovery plan and analysis of the customer's requirements, et cetera, all of that work is usually done by the SOS Blue Sky team in collaboration with you, our partner, and then you, the partner. Obviously you own the customer relationship. We don't talk to your customers, but we work with you to design up that whole solution and then do the deployment for you. So what we've seen some partners be very successful doing is they'll sell this fully managed solution to a client. There might be 40 hours worth of deployment work that needs to be done, and SOS might end up doing 30 hours of that or 35 hours of that in the background, with all of the customer relationship management being handled by you, but all of the SCUT work being handled by the SOS Blue Sky support team. So that's a very powerful component of our partnership offering.
And Daniel, I would say that in the beginning of your partnership with SOS, from the very beginning in conversation, all those particular questions and what your end clients really need, discuss with your partner specialist. It is their job to match up our resources with your need. So everything from whether, and there's a number of questions here regarding Mac, Linux, a number of things that we actually do have solutions for. There might not be out of the box, out of the software that is downloadable, it is a combination of technology and human resource on our part that will manage that process. So just make it clear what you need.
Yep. And Chris Muller asks, will these slides be available to us? Yes, Chris, in part there'll be a video link sent out to everybody with a video of the webinar presentation, and then also you can get certain of these slides actually sent to you in PowerPoint form from your partner specialist. Not all of them, because some of it's proprietary to us, but a lot of our partners find some of this material useful when they're preparing presentations for their customers. Certainly, if you're an existing partner, you can get access to all this stuff. As a prospective partner, there's a limited amount of material available to, which is a good reason to become a partner today. Mark Jones, I hope we answered the question you had around recouping the revenue you're already getting from tape rotation. If not, just let us know. Zev Berman asks, how does your service compare to Mozy Pro? Well, Zev, fundamentally, Mozy's partner program is extremely poor. So even if SOS's product was the same as Mozy Pro, the revenue that you can make selling Mozy Pro is just insignificant compared to the revenue you can make selling SOS. They don't have a branding program. They don't let you set your own pricing. So with us, you can go out and set your price at $4 or $5 per gig per month, whereas with Mozy Pro, you're pretty much stuck selling it at 50 cents per gig per month. But just from a product standpoint, I'd recommend you, if you Google PC Mag SOS Mozy, you'll get some pretty good analysis. Generally, our product is a far more feature-rich solution than Mozy's product. Yeah, I mean, and we've continued to win awards and innovate faster and better than Mozy has. For example, Mozy this year released their local backup software into their product. That's great. We had it 3 years ago. So generally, we're pretty bullish about our technology and saying that it's a far more feature-rich product than the Mozy system. Okay. Chris Muller says, doesn't the advance of cloud computing mean that maybe most of a client's data will already be off-site, so the content curve will go down over time? Chris, maybe. That argument's been being made since 1980, and we've gone in swings and roundabouts versus centralizing data on mainframes, going back out to PCs, back to the cloud with internet. I think there's always going to be a combination of both. There are very few businesses today who have all their data in the cloud. Most businesses today have the vast preponderance of their data still on site, and it's unlikely that's going to change anytime in the next decade. Next question. Daniel Brown, can SOS personnel see file names? Daniel, depends on the security level used to set up the account. If you use UltraSafe, no, we can't. Samuel Dallaire asks, I saw screenshots of the GUI to manage the backups. Is there also a centralized version that can run as a service, only manageable via a server, for example, or do we need to install a full software in every machine device? So Samuel, there's a central deployment option. We can provide you with an MSI that you can just using, I don't know what type of management technology you're using, but generally we can provide you with a centrally deployable MSI that allows you to deploy it out over a network, whether you're using Microsoft Systems Management Server or whatever you're using in your environment. So yeah, we can facilitate that central deployment. Trey Smith asks, I'm concerned about the speed and cost of clients with large data sets, say 1 terabyte would be prohibited. Trey, 1 terabyte's not a problem. If they had 100 terabytes, then I might be worried, but a terabyte's certainly not a problem. We've got hundreds of customers who are bigger than that. Excuse me, and that's just in our direct business. So, look, speed can be an issue, but most businesses with a DSL or cable internet connection are going to be fine. So that used to be a concern a few years ago. It's really not a lot of concern. It's not a very large concern anymore. Jerry Pickerman asks, does this backup solution work with SCO Unix? So Jerry, we don't have a Unix native client. The way we handle supporting Unix and Linux boxes is through file sharing. So typically there'll be a Windows box on the network, which is your designated backup server, which will be running the SOS software, and then you can expose whatever other data on the network you'd like to protect using an NFS file share. So through that mechanism, because the software inherently supports backing up UNC paths or network paths or mapped drives, then you can handle any data on the network so long as you can expose it in a Windows readable file share. Okay. Herrick Loy says, we're not a 24/7 service company. How can we offer 24/7 support to our customer? Herrick, you can leverage our support organization. So you can ask about rebranded support, where we can actually provide the support for your customers directly under your name. Matthew Tucker says, can I get a digital copy of this presentation? I think we've answered that one already. Kurt Besk says, is the private key technology you mentioned earlier the only way we can pacify customer concerns that SOS employees or a rebranding company such as us would have access to their data? If so, do you have marketing info on what the private key technology means?
Kurt, yes, we have plenty of information. We call that as a feature ultra safe. What meets regulatory requirements for HIPAA, for example, is that single decryption key. However, it's not the only way to pacify your clients. You know, we do encrypt the data locally before we take it, but if we need to, we have those features and we have the literature to support it.
Mark Colinas asks, can you offer bare metal backups? If so, do you have restore to like service clients? So Mark, no, we don't offer bare metal backups over the wire. There's no online backup company that does. It's just the problem with disk imaging is that my laptop here's got a 1 terabyte hard disk drive. I've only got about 20 gigabytes worth of data on this that needs backing up. So with online backup, I'd have a 20 gig backup set. With a disk image, I'd have a 1 terabyte backup set. So you end up with just enormous waste of bits that need to be transferred. As broadband continues to proliferate, I think we'll see those technologies converge, but right now it's impracticable to push full disk images over the wire. Okay. Eric Brempel asks, with our clients, SOS will handle a degree of support, or is this mostly up to us as partners? Eric, it's as you please. We can do the support for you in a rebranded fashion, or you can do the support. So again, there's another question like this a few questions ago, Eric. Ask your partner specialist about rebranded support for your customers.
And frankly, Eric, most of our partners want to handle Tier 1 support. It is a great way to earn the trust and the relationship with your clients. We will certainly equip you with everything you need to be able to handle Tier 1 effectively. So we're there for you 100% of the time, and most of our partners choose to be the support for their clients.
Scott Mayabarara, I probably have mispronounced that. I apologize, Scott, if I have, asks, are your engineers open to suggestions for adding features and improving the overall solution? Absolutely, Scott. I think the best proof point for that is that the CEO attends these webinars every 2 weeks and talks live with over 100 partners. So we're extremely facilitative of feedback from our partner network. You're our most important customers, and we work closely with our partners to develop our roadmap and our features. Mark Jones asks, given a catastrophic failure scenario for a customer in a business production server, what does the restoration timeline look like, and what is the support like to our tech team? So firstly, the data is available immediately, Mark, so you're only limited by your downstream connection, which is usually not a problem for most businesses, so that your restore time is extremely fast. Secondly, in terms of the support available to you, in that sort of scenario, you would, you'd be immediately escalated to our Blue Sky support team, who'd be able to work with you throughout the entire recovery. Often, partners will actually get our support team to do the recoveries for them. So they'll say, all right, I need this server fully restored. Here's access to the server. Restore my data for me. And so our support team can do that for you. Donnie Owen asks, how may a customer add more storage space when needed? Through a credit card portal, or do we manually add more space? Does the customer have to call us to add more space for storage, or is it automatic? So Donnie, depends on how you deploy. We'll set you up with a portal where you can create accounts and upgrade them and do all of that management. So you could set it up so the customer has to talk to you. We can provide you with an API so that you can automate that process. We can also provide you with a shopping cart, so you can just take our shopping cart and make that public to your customers. In short, we've got a very flexible approach to billing and a customer relationship management. Again, none of our competitors do have that, but we understand it's very important to some partners to control that relationship with their customers and to have the flexibility to be able to handle billing and upgrades in different ways that meet their business requirements.
And that answers Jim's question too, I believe, Jim.
Okay. Matthew Tucker says, what type of reporting and notifications does SOS offer? So Matthew, various. With the software itself can give you daily email reports of backups that are running. As a partner, you get access to a reseller portal, which lets you see all of the customers' backup histories and customers who have run backups, who haven't run backups, the details of those backups, when they ran.